4-day-old baby is taken off in an incubator for 200 rupees and the Chief Minister of a state calls it routine. Utsav, I'll bring you in here as well because it's a very important point that, everyone in this country has been asking about, that NCPCR is a recommendatory body, as you made the point, but shouldn't the NCPCR, when its suggestions or recommendations are not implemented in cases, take the state governments to court?
Of course, I mean, it is a clear provision of the Commission for Child Protection Act that if the NCPCR deems fit, it can approach or file a petition in the High Court, which I think it should. It is time, because all the recommendations we have seen in the last 1 year of NCPCR have not been implemented clearly. It should make a formal request to Mrs. Gandhi also to convene a special parliament session so that more teeth is given to the National Commission, and also it should clearly move to the High Court for redressal.
It certainly should move to High Court for redressal, but it doesn't, and that's the sad story of India, that a body such as the NCPCR, actually constituted for the protection of child rights, doesn't move the courts even when it should. Bala calling in from Bangalore, and Bala, what's your view? Alright, it seems that we've lost the line with Bala. Obviously, 4 stories that we put out today send out just one message, that if you're a parent, if your kids are going to school, or if your kids are in the hospital, you have reasons to worry. You have reasons to worry till the time they arrive home safe and sound, for the next 12 hours or 16 hours that they're home. And then when you send them out again to school, you have reasons to worry again, because the school bus operators, the transport authorities, they're absolutely unconcerned. And in some cases, as in the Bangalore episode, where 3 children, or rather 2 children, were locked up in libraries because their parents weren't willing to pay the revised school fees, you have reasons to worry that your child is in school. And that's the sad story of this country, Utsav, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. I mean, in this country, you only find that the rich and the powerful and the mighty totally get away with murder. I mean, had the High Court not stepped in the Karnataka case, nothing would have happened. What is the need of the hour is that more High Courts need to take suo moto of whatever goes wrong. In cases such as these, where injustice is so apparent, we need some sort of punitive action. Unless and until there is no punitive action, you would find that this feeling of getting away with whatever you do, or any kind of abuse, will only grow, and
right.
Totally, I mean, there will be massive civil unrest also in the country if this goes on.
Let's hope there is in fact some civil unrest to ensure that the government does take action. We've got a caller online, Rajesh, calling in from Kolkata. Rajesh, go on, express your view.
Hello. I've got a lot of things to say about this, but basically, as far as the doctors are concerned, I don't know whether they take the Hippocratic oath or the hypocritical oath. I don't know. The systems in our country have been so corrupted. You find the same pattern in every field. Today you showed a story about this father whose 2-year-old was raped, and this guy burnt himself, and this was somewhere in Delhi, in the Vijay Chowk, and nobody seemed to notice anything. Nobody seemed to care. I mean, in Bangalore, a person with the right antecedents, etc., a so-called diplomat, the police goes out of its way to, not arrest him for a long time. And then finally, when the mother is able to reach the police, they shame the mother. They say they make all kinds of allegations against the mother, and hardly any action is taken. Here, a common man, a common citizen, his voice is not heard by anybody. Right. You've got corporators, you've got MLAs, you've got MPs, you've got policemen, and nobody seems to hear a common man's voice.
Fair point. The common man's voice, that's the big question here. Is the government listening? Is the government watching what's happening? And will the government take action? Obviously, we know that the Punjab government will not take any action because we've heard from the Chief Minister there. But at the moment, it seems that we've run completely out of time here on this bulletin. So I'll have to thank Utsav and all the callers who joined us on the show and all the viewers who tuned in. Your child is not safe. Is this the India we want? That's the big question we'll be asking right through the day.